Awesome. Welcome back, everybody. We are about to get started with our second match of the day. It is going to be St. Clair again versus Arkansas State University here on Havana. Havana is an escort map. Now, Amanda, can you talk a little bit about the difference between escort and control and what the teams might be trying to do differently here?
So with an escort map, you want to get the payload to the end the quickest with the most time remaining. And that's a little bit different from control point. With control point, you want to make sure you hold that one point, and there isn't a whole lot of movement. But now, when you're on an escort map like this, you have to be confident with moving and holding your position constantly compared to a control point. So this is typically we see where teams will have better luck with a control point compared to an escort, or vice versa. So maybe St. Clair College might not be as strong, or maybe they will still be as strong with this map here, but only time will tell.
It's a totally different strategy, as you were saying. We actually do see a composition switch. St. Clair pushing really aggressively here at the beginning here. We have the Zarya swapped in, the Winston Diva being swapped for Zarya Reinhardt. We do see Apostle on the Brigida, and as you were saying, Apostle popped off really heavy last week. And already St. Clair taking out two. Prince Wada going crazy in the front, taking down Spades and Witty, actually knocking down the Diva mech as well. And that's just a quick 2.5 kills there for St. Clair right at the start of this point.
Wow. I've seen Bailable's previous games when he was in Elo Hell, working with his team there, and he does those May walls, those sneaky May walls, insanely. So that was really cool to see here on that first push.
Yeah, and this is a really abusive strategy, honestly, from St. Clair, kind of forcing Arkansas, not even allowing them to step out of the point. It's already burned a minute off the game clock, and Arkansas hasn't even been able to touch the payload, let alone push it. Really strong start from St. Clair. Very risky strategy, of course, as well. And there actually is a pause.
Well, we'll just take a moment here and get back to the game soon.
Not sure what's going on, but we're going to have to see what's going on. Looks like the players are sorting it out in team chat there. But already, at the start of that game, a minute burned by St. Clair, kind of holding that front door really strongly. Now, that's a very risky strategy, because obviously if one of the St. Clair members gets taken out, it's a long walk back to the point when you push up that far. And especially on a map like Havana, which has a pretty lengthy initial push with that payload. Really kind of dangerous play from St. Clair, but it seems to be working out in their favor.
For sure. Those May walls, you have to time them perfectly, or else somebody on your team will get picked off and then it all falls apart. As I said earlier, when I'd seen Bailable do the Get Good tournament by Elo Hell Esports, he always did risky moves like that, and it really shows that he's perfected it until now.
Yeah, absolutely, kind of leading the charge there. But Prince Wada with that Reinhardt just going absolutely crazy on the front there, taking out 3 heroes, all like basically single-handedly with that Reinhardt hammer. Does a ton of damage on each swing. Just a really incredible kind of start for St. Clair. We're going to be giving the players another minute here to kind of sort things out. Not sure what's happening exactly for what the reason for this pause is, but our production team is going to kind of let us know what's going on with that. In the meantime, Amanda, we have a very special announcement. We'd like to wish Prince Wada a very happy birthday. Corey,
happy birthday
here, and make sure to go tweet at Prince Wada and wish him a big happy birthday from all his St. Clair Saints. We love you, man. We're really excited to see you play tonight.
For sure. And
it looks like there's actually been a DC on the side of St. Clair. Just been informed. So it's going to be another minute kind of until that gets going. But, I mean, we can talk about how this game's going compared to some of last week's game. We saw last week with St. Clair versus St. Louis. The games there were a lot kind of closer, especially on that first control point. There was a lot of back and forth. But it looks like St. Clair has really kind of ironed out their attack formation here on these control points as well, and apparently on these payload maps as well. Like, that start was just super incredible. What can you say, Amanda, from watching these last 2 games here? I know you weren't with us last week, but from watching these 2 games, what do you notice about St. Clair's play that really kind of lends itself to their aggressive posturing and their just great overall team synergy?
Well, they've definitely been practicing. I can tell you that right away. It seems like they're a lot more confident. And Prince Wada with the Reinhardt, you could definitely tell he's a top 500 Reinhardt, and he has been in the past few seasons. And I think he's getting back up there now. But they've really ironed out all those little wrinkles in their formation and their confidence, and it shows that they're really becoming an effective team now.
Absolutely. and we do know, like, for those of us that kind of know the St. Clair Saints a little bit better, Seymour and Prince Water are two tank players for the Saints team. They play a lot of duo queue together. So even when they're not practicing with the team, they have a ton of just kind of inherent synergy. They know each other's play styles very well. And we would see, especially on that last point on Ilios with the Winston Diva combo, both of them playing diving tanks, kind of cleaning up kills in the back by themselves, like almost taking on a DPS role, just assassinating these supports in the back and really knowing kind of each other's attack patterns, being able to pick up a kill quickly before resetting back out.
For sure. Oh, and it looks like we're back into the game here.
They're still holding this front point there with those May walls, as you said, available, dropping those May walls, being able to kind of shut off Arkansas's movement. And it's actually like almost another team wipe for St. Clair. This is quite disgusting to watch, honestly.
Strider poking in the spawn.
They're not even allowed out.
Yeah.
They're quarantined, really, is what's happening here. I know it's a little triggering to say, but...
I'm getting flashbacks to earlier this year.
They're not allowed out of the house.
Yeah. And Strider again trying to poke into spawn, get some kills.
We already see Strider with the ultimate available, that Death Blossom. We saw how much that wrecked Havoc last round was available. And here comes the triple kill, the quadra kill for Strider with the Death Blossom. That is a sextuple kill for St. Clair, an absolute team wipe. And it's just, oh my god. I don't even know what to say.
It's so hurts to watch here. Strider is really popping off.
The whole St. Clair squad, honestly, like, it just takes so much teamwork and so much kind of synergy to know each other to make these kinds of plays. But that EMP coming down, that's a big EMP, and this is probably going to be Arkansas's moment to get a little bit of a push back here. Witty does take out Strider in the back, but the May ulti gets committed by Bailable. That Reinhardt's going to take a ton of damage here, and that Mercy ult isn't going to be enough to keep him alive. Justin finishing off the kill on Cockrell there. Fourier getting frozen out. That mech's going to drop soon, and he's out of the mech now. There's no Diva ulti available. Strider Spades now has the Death Blossom available, throwing it back on the St. Clair side. Does pick up a double kill there. The res does get popped, and St. Clair losing two, might have to back off here, but it looks like they're going to keep fighting. Strider coming in from the respawn here, pushing in on the Reinhardt, but they are going to have to be forced to back off here. And finally, Arkansas giving themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Wow, for a moment there, it looked like Arkansas had no chance to push out a spawn, but they were able to break through St. Clair's defenses and ultimately take the payload.
With only a minute remaining, though, it's going to take a crazy comeback for Arkansas to finish off this point. Now, where the payload is pushed here, for those of you that are unfamiliar with Ivana, this is typically where teams are defending on this point, kind of in between this like chapel here on the side. But St. Clair obviously chose a different strategy, and it worked amazingly well for them. But that Shatter does go down. Cockrell whipping out the Shatter, knocking down some of the members of St. Clair. But Strider in the back, picking off Spades, almost has the ulti available again, diving in on the Ana here. There's the Death Blossom up. He's ready to use it. Justin knocking Diva out of the mech. Apostle cleaning up Woody on the side here as well. And they're just going to chase them right back home, right back to where they came from.
Wow, St. Clair really wants to prove this is our point. You can't leave spawn.
Yeah, Strider with that short-range Reaper actually chasing Reinhardt all the way into the base and killing him with the long-range poke damage, not even letting him reset, just forcing that wait for the respawn timer there. And every kill, you know, especially when you trickle out kills, every kill forces your attacking team to really slow their pace. They have to wait for those resets. There's only 4 seconds remaining, and they've barely got the point halfway pushed. Seymour actually committing the Diva ulti in the back. There goes Cockrell. After Reinhardt falls, the rest of the team is sure to follow. We can already see here Diva getting knocked out of the mech. Apostle taking out Witty. Strider with another double kill on the Death Blossom. That's going to be a team wipe, and that's going to be St. Clair taking a 2-0 victory over Arkansas State.
Not quite yet. St. Clair still has to attack, but very possible at this point. We'll see if Arkansas can keep them in spawn, or if they'll be able to push out and cap a little bit further than Arkansas went.
You know what? I think I got a little ahead of myself there. After seeing that phenomenal defense, I think I was just I was really excited. Honestly,
it's all good.
But I've been corrected. Yes, there is an attack for St. Clair. They still do have to push in on Arkansas. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe Arkansas can return the favor on St. Clair and kind of barricade that starting door there as well. But if the last 3 maps have been any proof of the way that St. Clair is performing tonight, this is going to be a quick victory for St. Clair here.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It looks like the teams have switched up their compositions a little bit. St. Clair actually opting for the Sigma over the Zarya and switching to the Sombra as well. That Sombra we've seen in a number of other games. When she was first released, honestly was not all that popular of a pick. She didn't do a whole lot of damage. People weren't really familiar with how to use her. But in recent times, Sombra has become an exceptionally strong counter pick to a lot of very strong DPS characters. You know, she's used to shut down the D.Va. She's used to shut down the Reaper, the Doomfist. If you've been playing Overwatch for a while, you're very familiar with the Reaper Doomfist meta that plagued the game for a very long period of time. So this Sombra kind of becoming a very popular pick. And just as I'm saying this, Strider's going to prove me wrong and switch back to the Reaper. But we will kind of see how these compositions play out. And it looks like Arkansas is going to adapt that front wall defense here as well.
It's interesting to see both teams opt for a Mercy in this situation. It makes sense because of the Pharah, but to see both sides choosing Mercy, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, Mercy is often used as kind of like a fail-safe pick. You know, if your heroes are going down, that res can mean a lot in a team fight situation. But it looks like Bayable's already kind of doing work for his team, picking out Cocker on the side, Seymour finishing off Spade, Bayable with another kill onto Pitter Patter there, and Arkansas is already getting burnt out here. That's nearly a team wipe for St. Clair's side, and they're going to get to push that payload quite a long way before Arkansas can reset on this defense here.
Yeah, for sure. I thought they were gonna Arkansas were going to push up and try to hold St. Clair like they did to give them a taste of their own medicine, but it looks like St. Clair was not having that.
Not at all. St. Clair's happy to just push that point as far as they please, and Arkansas is not really going to have the time to set up their defense here. Strider already with the rocket barrage, a double kill, a triple kill, Available cleaning it up, Prince Wada with the charge finishing the kill, and that's a team wipe. Arkansas doesn't even get to leave the spawn again. Just an absolute demolition from St. Clair here.
Looks like St. Clair wins 2-0. For this first game against Arkansas of the season, of preseason.
I'm shaking right now. That was
yeah.
insane. That was the fastest 2-0 I've ever seen in my life. That was just dominance on all 3 maps there that we got to see. Obviously getting to go attack and defense here.
The shatter was insane.
That was just a beautiful play from Prince Wada, and on his birthday, no less. You know?
Yeah, happy birthday, Prince Wada.
Just incredible games. Really, really, really exciting to see. That here, St. Clair with a 2-0 start in 2 of their matches now. Their first game obviously against St. Louis, now against Arkansas State. Really a strong, dominant start to the season, the preseason here from the St. Clair squad.
For sure. I think it's really interesting seeing Justin and Apostle opting for some primarily AoE heals like Brig and Lucio, compared to what you usually see teams. They want to have more of stable heals like Mercy, Ana, something that'll keep up their teams, even Bat. Consistently, but they're really, really confident with their aggressiveness, and that, you know, they're going to get those picks to get those Brig heals and to have the Lucio constantly healing the team.
Yeah, and those AoE heals, you know, they get a lot of value if your team has a lot of good kind of like coherent positioning, right? If your teams all clump together and they kind of follow each other's movements and they know how each other approaches the situation, those AoE heals can provide so much more value to a team than a single target heal would. So really just kind of proving once again that the St. Clair squad really knows their stuff and has amazing synergy. Obviously, a big thanks kind of to their coaching staff for enforcing those good behaviors. We know their coaches pretty well, and their coaches are really kind of doing really great work with the team this year. So I'm excited to see what the St. Clair squad has in store for them for the rest of the preseason.
For sure.
So we are going to take a quick look at the Saints schedule here. So we don't just have our Overwatch team, we have teams for tons of other games as well. So Thursday night is going to be the League of Legends preseason game against Queen's University, followed by Friday at 8:30 p.m. It's going to be the Collegiate Rainbow Six regular season match. The next week, starting on Monday, is going to be the start of the NACE series. It's going to be another Overwatch game against Kettering University, followed by Rocket League the following evening in a doubleheader match. Moving into Wednesday, we've got yet another Overwatch preseason match every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Another Overwatch preseason match. Thursday night at 7 p.m. There's a Tespa Hearthstone game. I'll be there, so make sure to drop by and come cheer us on. Gonna get a win after last week's disappointment. We're gonna have to swing that around for next week, so make sure to come and support our team there. And then Friday the 2nd, a Collegiate Rainbow Six regular season match, week 3. So tons and tons of Saints games to come and watch on this channel here. So make sure, if you're not already following us, twitch.tv/SaintsGamingCA, make sure to drop a follow so you know what we're up to next.
Also, be sure to check out our Twitter, St. Clair Esports Club or Saints Gaming, for any news on streams, different games. We have some club teams opening up if you're interested. We have Overwatch, Hearthstone, all that good stuff. Be sure to drop in and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, get in touch with Amanda if you want to play some Overwatch for the club Overwatch team. She'd be happy to have you. We'd all be happy to have you at the St. Clair Esports Club. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Looks like we're about to sign off though for tonight. So once again, my name, Shadi Hannah Zeddy, and then alongside Amanda Dupuis. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week on the Cast Suspension.